Today has been a very hard work setup.
Yeah, God, sorry. God knows what.
I don't know why, but it's just been one of those setups where everything that could be awkward has been awkward. So we're now ready to go. Are you ready to go? No. Sharon asked me earlier how things were going when I was getting everything ready, and I said to her that if I didn't answer her, I wouldn't have to lie to her.
And I'm reaching the shut up, don't talk to me stage. Okay, so I am going to have a go at some Angelica over here. How about you?
I'm having a go at this Cerinthe, how you pronounce
Blah,
it?
blah, blah, blah. Cerinthe major.
Cerinthe major, and it's rather beautiful, and it's almost sparkling in the pot. So I'm going to use some of my silver watercolour as well to give the sparkle.
Oh yeah, you like the silver, don't you?
I do like the silver, but I'm not drawing anything.
I'm going into Skyage.
Oh, okay.
Straight
Sky
away.
is beautiful here today. The weather has been an odd one today because we went out earlier hoping to paint and couldn't because where we picked to go was just too windy. We found ourselves a little windy spot.
Well, we were looking out over the South Downs, weren't we? And the wind was just white in our faces, which would have been absolutely hopeless with regards to getting anything done sensibly paint-wise, wouldn't it?
We wouldn't have got any painting.
You wouldn't have heard us. You just wouldn't have heard us.
You would have heard us squealing as we ran across the downs trying to catch our pieces of paper, I think.
Yes, probably. That would have been novel, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it?
The travelling brush squealers.
Ooh, that's a different episode altogether. God, I've missed this.
Yes, we haven't done this for, well, when was the last time we got together? January?
January or February? It was definitely
And the
when we
time
had much
soon
colder
goes,
weather.
doesn't it? Yeah, it soon goes. All right, there you go.
I am.
Choking quietly.
Yeah, just...
Or actually choking noisily. Some people can't help themselves.
No, I know. Some people just want all the attention, that's what it is. That's me.
Problematical, isn't it?
Me.
Yeah, all the time.
Always about me. The colours on this Cerinthe are really... It's a bit like the bluebells we were talking about in a different episode.
Yes, yeah.
Really difficult to get that sort of purpley... Purple is quite a difficult colour to paint, I think.
Well, how on earth would you go about getting that colour down on paper?
Well, I've got ultramarine and peacock blue and rose madder and opera rose. I'm using kind of those four at the minute.
Okay. I don't actually know what I'm doing at all. I'm just putting colour on the paper.
Oh, technology!
Oh, no. What's the answer?
The answer is very simple. A film crew.
Oh, it is moving.
A film crew, a budget.
I know. Maybe we need a grant. It's just a little bit too wet, Sharon. Wait, I've got this horrible habit of telling everybody that they mustn't go in there when it's too wet because it'll all bleed too much.
And
what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Have you come across these? These are rather lovely, these. These are called Spectrum Noir.
No.
And I've got one of the sparkle ones. They're brush pens.
You do love a brush pen, Sharon?
I do actually. And they're glittery.
Oh.
So you've got lots of lovely colour in them. But not only do you have colour, but you have glitter as well.
Sparkle.
Oh, like a bit of sparkle. Nice bit of twinkle. I've got lovely fine sharp points too.
Oh, that's nice. Do you love a good tip?
Yes, we do. Of course, I can also move them about with water, which is
that's
nice.
Yeah. Useful.
Aye. I was just going to put that in my mouth, that brush, so that I could hold it, and then it occurred to me that I couldn't talk to you. Duh. I have my stupid moments.
Don't we all? Don't tell me it's raining. I know.
Oh, here we go again. What colour am I going to be this time?
You're going to be Cerinthe Mauve. There's worse things you could be.
Some people. I don't know about you, but I'm totally and utterly winging it. I don't actually know what I'm doing at all. I'm just putting colour on the paper.
Is it gin o'clock yet?
No, not yet. You've got a long way to go till 10 o'clock.
I have, haven't I? 2-hour drive,
Yeah. Yes, tell everybody what you're doing later on.
Well,
And what we're doing.
by the time this episode goes out, it'll be in the past, but at the moment it's in the future, so does that make it the present? Tomorrow morning, which will be a couple of weeks ago by the time you see this, I'm doing a demonstration for Pebio on the jewellery channel. So we've got to drive up there tonight, and we're staying overnight.
Drive up where?
It's near Redditch.
Okay, so for our foreign visitors, that's kind of Birmingham way, isn't
Midlands, yeah.
Yeah.
Middle of the UK. So we've got to drive there in order to be at the TV studio for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, which is rather lovely.
Rather.
Well, it could be worse. We've both been at TV studios at 5 o'clock in the
Haven't
morning
we
before.
just? Yes. And that's a very, very early start, isn't it?
Yes.
Because then you've got to sort of get your stage stumps at 4 o'clock in the morning in your hotel so that you're ready to
Because at the
go
level
on
of the
air.
TV that we're at, there ain't nobody doing our makeup for us,
No.
feeding us coffee and looking after us. It's all about yourself.
No, there's nothing, is there? Reams and reams, though, of instructions. Don't do this, do that, don't do the other.
Don't wear this.
Don't wear that. No fringes so that they can't see your face.
It's all exciting stuff, though. And we have both had this discussion before. I'm sorry. I didn't bring a cloth
I'm
out
miles
with me.
away. Oh dear.
I was just going to say,
I can't cope with an artist duckling.
before I was so rudely interrupted, how much we both love live TV.
Oh
We've
dear.
had conversations about how much we both really enjoy doing the live stuff.
You don't get splashed on live TV.
You've never done live TV with
you
me.
can be the splashy on live TV, can't you? And
Splasher, not splashy.
The splasher, yeah. And nobody can do anything about it. That's fun. It's all very good if you don't weaken.
I cannot see what I'm filming. I have no idea whether that's...
Hello, are you still there?
Not got a clue. And I've just noticed I've got the phone upside down, so I'm probably going to have to flip this in the editor.
There'll be an app for that.
You know when you just have those days and
Lordy.
you just kind of think, could anything
Really be
more
worse?
complicated? And the answer is no.
Oh dear. It's lovely to sit here though and listen to the old birds singing, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Wonderful.
Some lambs going in the background as
Yeah.
well.
I love my birds. They get through tons of bird seed though, I have to say.
You've trained them to come along too well.
Oh, hungry little blighters, yeah. You can put new seed out and they'll clear it within 24 hours. And we've got 4 seed holders up there. But the pleasure is in seeing the babies, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're quite lucky. We've got, although we have cats, they don't tend to go for the birds. They, in fact, they don't go for the birds. So even saying they don't tend to, they just don't. And Socks is the most brilliant ratter. So as far as I'm concerned, you can keep up that and keep up with that and leave the old birds alone. So it's fine. I do love cats. I'd be the mad old lady of this area if I had the chance. I just love them.
You will be the mad old
Gorgeous.
lady.
Well,
I mean, you
I
don't
could
think you
be.
are already?
Oh, don't be cheeky. Honestly, some people are just cheeky, aren't they?
I think you're there already, darling.
Probably not wrong. Oh, I do like Angelica, you know.
It's a beautiful plant. I've never really seen it go native.
Certainly does here. It loves our soil because our soil stays damp.
Right.
We're very, very wet where we are here. And so when other people are crying because their grass goes, straw coloured in the summer,
Yeah.
ours doesn't. We always stay green. And consequently, I've taken my shoes off at the moment to sit here, and the ground is damp underneath my toes.
Cool to the foot.
Yeah, it's definitely damp. And it has bonuses because it means that the plants thrive.
Yeah.
They're slow to take off because the ground's so cold
Got ya.
in the early, months of the spring. But once things get their feet underneath them, it's really very, very handy.
So you have the opposite soil to us because we have very dry, sandy soil.
Yeah. So you can grow different things to me. You've got rhododendrons, haven't you?
Rhodies, which are out at the moment and are looking stunning, and azaleas in the garden.
Yeah.
Hydrangeas just love our soil.
I just can't do that. I've managed to grow a couple of acers, and
Right.
that's purely and simply because you can see the big oak trees behind us, and they're very acidic. The leaves are acidic, and I collect every leaf that comes off these trees. And believe you me, that's quite a lot. I reckon I probably shovel 2 tons of compost a year.
Wow.
And of course, being acidic, I can put it on the garden, and it's fabulous because that helps all the plants that normally wouldn't be able to thrive.
Yes.
So I do have a couple of camellias. I have to top them up and feed them because it wouldn't do just on their own. They do need help. And I have
We've got
a couple of
camellias that are
vases.
30 foot tall.
Yeah, you'd be very, very lucky to be able to do that here.
Actually, you've got some pretty big ones.
Yes, I have. Yes,
Because you
they're.
are very good at looking after them.
Having said that, I mean, they're probably that old as well, but they don't compare to yours. So we'll take you out one day and you can have a look at Denise's garden because it's beautiful. It's like a park. But yeah, I always remember Jeff Hamilton, famous gardener,
Yes.
when he was alive, saying, "Don't grow what you like, grow what you can."
Yeah.
And I think that's a piece of advice that I really took to heart, because we all try and grow the things that we like, but they very often won't.
No. The other thing as well that I remember is just because you've always been able to grow hydrangeas doesn't mean to say when you move house just because you can grow it. It's not you,
No,
it's the conditions,
no.
it's the soil.
Yeah. Never ever been lucky with orchids, but in this house I have exactly the right conditions,
Okay.
and a northern facing windowsill, and hey presto, magical orchids. Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Never been able to grow them before. Now the wind must be in a different direction today because you can hear the road.
Yes.
You can hear it.
Yes,
Road's
we couldn't
about.
last night, could we?
It's about a quarter of a mile, half a mile away, and it's over a hill. And yesterday we came out into the garden and it was just birdsong. It's amazing.
Magical, isn't it?
But today you can hear the road. But then again, I suppose it's a busy day because it's been beautiful.
We went out for a lovely pub lunch, didn't
People
we?
are going out.
And
Oh
it
gosh,
was
yes.
rammed.
It really was rammed too. There wasn't a table left in the end, was there, in the garden? There wasn't anywhere. So I'm sorry, I've sidetracked myself. What colours did you use for your Cerinthy in the end?
Oh, I've got 2 blues. I'm using peacock blue and ultramarine,
Okay.
and rose madder and opera rose.
Oh, love opera
So
rose.
kind of a mixture of those.
Yeah.
And then I'm dipping a bit of green into it every now and then between splashing Sharon.
You notice she's splashing behind her now. That's better.
Good. I'm pleased you're pleased. Pleased is probably the wrong word. You're just less distressed.
I'm less wet. Oh dear.
The leaves are quite interesting because the flowers become, the leaves become the flowers. They're not really flowers, are they bracts?
This is the thing that we have with poinsettias, isn't it? That the
Yes.
red things aren't actually leaves,
Flowers.
and they're not flowers as such, are they? They're bracts. But you've got the flowers on the underneath here.
Those little pointy, the really
yeah.
purple things.
Yeah.
They're much more purple than the rest of the leaves.
So mine's just a sap green fest.
But you've got texture and shape and form and all sorts.
It's just being really patient with all the little dots.
Yeah.
Oh, cobweb. Oh, why does it always go right across your eyes? It always, doesn't it?
Yep.
When you wear this much makeup as well, it gums it all together. It's really quite epic. As my son would say, it's a real scenario.
Oh, I like that phrase.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having that one. Well, that's a
It's a
scenario.
real scenario. I'm using a Winsor and Newton palette here, all my bits and pieces are
Okay.
Winsor and Newton, but I'm thinking to myself that I've got this recent love affair with Daniel Smith paints.
You are having a bit of a moment with
yes.
Daniel Smith.
But there are just a couple of colours, not necessarily all of them.
Because they're not cheap,
Some
are
of
they?
them, no, and some of them are really unpredictable. And if you want unpredictable, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't always. I still like a bit of control.
You want some predictable unpredictability.
I like a bit of control still.
Yeah.
And I think I'd really like to incorporate a cascade green into this, because I really love that colour. I love the way it splits and divides and granulates.
Okay. I'm going to need to play with this, I think.
So I think, I'd like to have a little pan of that in amongst this lot.
Yes. I quite like the way this is just... I need to mess it up a bit more. I'm sorry.
Stand by.
Look out. Stand by, Reds.
Hello, Smitten Kitten.
You're going to come and be in shop?
Smitten Kitten. All right, let's do that. Hello, Cyrus. You come to say hello.
New smells. Unfortunately, Cyrus is not in shop.
No, because he's down low. Yeah, Cyrus. No, it's not cats. You know what he's after?
No.
The iPads. Because I've got cats and mouse for cats on here, and I've got fish for cats. And so he's looking at the iPad. We might go offline in a minute.
Quite
Oh yes, yeah.
red in colour.
I think that's a really interesting plant.
Yeah.
That began life as a packet of seed when God was a boy, and it came into the garden, and I planted it, and then the next thing I know, it's naturalised itself, and I really don't have to do anything. I just leave it alone every year. I don't pull them out. I leave them until the winter months, because then it gives the seed a chance to mature, and they self-seed, which is ideal, really.
They're beautiful, yeah.
But there are some plants I don't do that with, because I'd have no garden. Nigella, Love in a Mist.
Yes.
Oh man, if you let that go, you'll have it everywhere. It'll be growing in your bath.
There's a thought.
I just can't get rid of it. Yeah, so just more pigment.
Yeah. So I just want this to be a little hit of dark.
Yeah.
To give me some contouring on the little flower, and these are the little flowers at the bottom.
So mine's just a sap green fest.
But you've got texture and shape and form and all sorts.
It's just being really patient with all the little dots.
Yeah.
Oh, cobweb. Oh, why does it always go right across your eyes? It always, doesn't it?
Yep.
When you wear this much makeup as well, it gums it all together. It's really quite epic. As my son would say, it's a real scenario.
Oh, I like that phrase.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having that one. Well, that's a
It's a
scenario.
real scenario. So yes, this is a dot fest. So pointillism,
Okay.
really, it is.
Oh, pointillism.
Oh, I used to have a friend who used to work in that method and used to use, originally, I think, rotoring pens. Do you remember
Yes,
those?
I remember.
Every time you picked them up, they wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Do you
you'd
remember?
have to take them
The ink
apart,
used
clean
to,
them.
oh, what a
they were a
palaver
nightmare.
that used to be. And, beautiful, beautiful black and white pictures.
Yeah.
But nowadays, of course, you've got the dot pen. If you like that kind of thing, you can use the dot pen, can't you?
Which I love the dot pen, I
Yes,
have to
so do
say.
I actually. Maybe we need to do a short session on that to introduce people to that.
That would be nice.
Something different, wouldn't it be?
Because you've got one, haven't you?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Oh, definitely we can do a...
It's
a dot
incredible.
fest.
It's a mechanical pointillism tool. So the nib inside the pen and the ink it's electric and it just dots. The key is keeping the pen the same distance from the paper, isn't it?
Yeah.
But once you've got the knack and the feel of it,
Oh, I need to make some darker purple, Sharon. So I'm just going to use the
how
same
are you going to do
colours.
that?
Same
Indigo?
colours.
No?
No, same colours, just more of it.
Yeah, so just more pigment.
Yeah. So I just want this to be a little hit of dark.
Yeah.
Give me some contouring on the little flower. And these are the little flowers at the bottom. So how are you getting all the texture?
I'm literally dotting, pointillism, and depth of colour.
Oh yes, lovely contrast. What do we say, Sharon?
Yes, the lights make your darks look dark and your darks make your lights look light.
Yes, light against dark,
Dark against light. We are so boring, but it works, and it's true.
I don't think we're
It's-
boring.
What do they call it? It's a truism. It really is true. Now, these kind of interesting calyxes around the...
Well, that's a fancy word.
Oh no. It's quite fun. It wraps around the area where the stems split and divide. Just use all these words. I don't know whether it's the right word or not. It sounds good, doesn't it?
It sounds very fancy. It sounds
all right.
like you know what you're talking about. Which I clearly don't, so I'm happy to be impressed by it.
Stems are quite red on these.
Well, I've just noticed on these there's some little tiny filament things that have got a fancy word that I don't know what it is. And they're quite red. Those little tiny filamenty things. Can you see them?
Are they the stamens?
There must be the stamens, but you know, didn't have any
Oh,
of
yeah,
these
it
pens,
sounds
did you, Sharon?
No, I haven't got any for sale.
No, you.
No, what do you mean?
They're mine.
Oh, stop it. She's got two of my pens.